Hey guys, Darlington Farm here, just out here in the shop for the first time in a while, and yeah, it's been a ridiculously busy couple weeks, I think, at this point since I did my last video there. Basically, I've been working off-site some horrendous hours for the last couple weeks, and it looks like it's gonna keep up for a little bit here, so I just figured while I was actually home, I'd try and do a video here. I gotta do a little bit of production work today. Here we go, here's what we're doing. Basically what I have to do is make a header here for some filters. I have a piece of 2.5-inch pipe with some 1.5-inch ferrules pulled into them. So I made a die, or the outer portion of a die here. This guy basically just mounts on the pipe here. You have a slug that goes in the middle, pulls it out, and expands out a flange there that you can go ahead and weld a ferrule on. See if I can show you one of these guys here. I might have mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, but anyway, this ferrule, whoops, not that one, that's the wrong size. Hopes if I grab the right size here. So this ferrule will get mounted onto there, thusly, or welded onto there, thusly. Just this was pulled with a die that was meant for a flat surface. So say if you're building a sink or something like that, you can just put this die on there and pull it down and then weld your pipe or a ferrule on the bottom of there. Works really well if you're making, you know, electrical conduit boxes or things like that, or, you know, say if you're going onto a tank or something like that, you can just pop out a slug there and then weld a ferrule onto it. But anyway, I got to make it to where I don't have those little divots on either side of the pipe there. So this is why I turned a die that matches the radius, or closely matches the radius there, of my pipe. So anyway, now I'm to the point where I got to make the holes in the pipe, and I've got a whole bunch of these, a whole box of pipe to do here. And whoa, dropped my camera. Anyway, yeah, so I got a whole big box of these to do, and I hate doing production work like this, and especially when it's like, this is all, you know, pharma grade stuff where, you know, that box of pipe there is like almost $2,000 worth of pipe, so you really don't want to make a mistake on it. I've got my DRO set up where basically I can just turn the handle, pop a hole, and that's what I've been doing this morning. But it's just, I don't really like doing this kind of work. I prefer doing, you know, onesie twosie kind of thing, not like slamming out a whole bunch of stuff here. So anyway, I figured I'd put the camera down here and let you guys see what's going on. I think my cutter is getting dull. I've been using that same cutter for quite a few holes now, and I think it's finally getting to the point where, yeah, need to change it out. No big deal. I got a whole bunch of them. I'm just used to stainless steel, just kind of like eating basically eating all your tooling, especially since it's non-machinable. It's 304. 304, or actually I take that back, this is 316 stainless, but you know, if you do a whole lot of machining, 304 or drilling holes, 304 and 316 suck as far as, you know, doing that type stuff. Alright, so there's some of the projects I've been working on there. Basically, I had to do this blender install, which is like a 40 horsepower blender. The platform there to where you can set skids, the powder on it, and then the stairs, and then all the piping. The only thing I didn't end up doing was the conduit and the electric there, because their electricians are taking care of that one. But while I'm there, basically, there's all this, you know, years of neglected maintenance where it's like, oh, hey, can you do this while you're here? Oh, can you do this while you're here? Oh, hey, we need to build these gearbox, you know, gearbox housings and a bunch of other stuff that it's, you know, it's all work, but basically I'm going to be there for probably most of the winter. Anyway, but I just thought I'd let you see what kind of a little bit of what I'm doing there. I had to make those shovels. That was kind of a cool project. I don't really do a whole lot of sheet metal and some tank lids and this and that, and anyway, it was pretty interesting. I figured I'd do an update. My Dynasty blew up. If you had been watching my videos when I was teaching a class about a month ago, hit the power button one morning and blew up. Smoke rolled out of it. It was a real dramatic event. Scared the crap out of me. I took it to Cox Equipment in Indianapolis there. They replaced power board, main board, and one other board. Got it back here. Fires up, you know, light lit up, looked like it worked. Didn't actually weld. Like the output light would come on, but you had no open circuit voltage and it doesn't weld. Anyway, so there's another repair place just south of me near Lebanon. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. He's had it for 3 weeks now, I think, basically, where Miller would send him up to, or, you know, he'd do test points. Miller would send him a board. He put the new board in. Didn't work, you know, basically this went back and forth, and one of the boards was, I think the interconnect board, he said, was back ordered. And now basically every board in that has been replaced once. They're at this point basically going to try replacing the main board again, and if it still doesn't work, they're just going to send me a new one. But this kind of sucks. Basically, I've been down for a month. And I'm kind of irritated not having my Dynasty. I kind of lost out on a pretty good amount of work. So basically I'm biting the bullet, and I went ahead and ordered a Dynasty 400. I hope this doesn't come back around and bite me in the butt. But yeah, so it should be in here shortly. I went ahead and got a new torch. This is a 350 amp CK water cooled torch. I should have another water cooler coming shortly. So I think I'm just going to leave one setup dedicated with like the smaller water cooler. I think it's a little 1.3 or something like that, with a 200 amp torch. And then to where if I need to roll out, and this fits in my job box, so I can just go ahead and, you know, roll out with that in my job box and take the Dynasty with me, or take whatever other, you know, smaller welder I need with me. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and, I went ahead and bought a 3.5 or whatever the one is that's meant to sit underneath the Dynasty 400 there. So that again also should be in here before too long. And I also ordered another toolbox from Harbor Freight, so I'm getting rid of this wooden thing that I got from my neighbor, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in a couple toolboxes here. I was initially just gonna pick up one of the 56-inch, you know, US General ones there, but I decided I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get a second one there. So anyway, it'll be real nice. This will be, you know, a wall of toolboxes here, and like all this little stuff that's been laying around here can just actually get put up. I've not really had any progress here. On the Monarch behind me here, my phase converter motor, or idler, burned up, I forget, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I went ahead and found another used one here, picked it up while I was down in Seymour, and yeah, it was bad. I bought it off eBay, and it was like an industrial surplus place I got at home, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but yeah, all the insulation there is gone off of the you know, windings there. So anyway, they gave me my money back, which was good, but it actually ended up working out, because I work at another facility where they were just tossing a whole bunch of motors, and they're just like, they were upgrading to all stainless steel motors, and the ones that they're tossing are pretty much just what I need. So that works and doesn't cost me anything, so that'll work out. I just have to go get them. What other stuff's going on here? I picked up another Flex Lock torch. I really like these guys. I've been running my one MaxStar, just leaving it in my job box at the facility up there north of me, because I'm going to be there for a while longer. I got my DX in the Pelican case there, to where if I need to go do something else in the meantime, I can. And then I've got my little MaxStar, which I actually smacked into a door frame the other day. If you do have one of those little MaxStars there, and you smack the front of it, and the power button doesn't work anymore if you pull the case off, if you get lucky, that board will just pop back away from the plastic housing, and you can just kind of smack it back, or, you know, push it back into where it goes. And anyway, hopefully it'll work for you there. But anyway, I got to get back to work here. I'm gonna put the camera down and let you guys see what's going on.